Okay. So that kind of leads into my next question, because people, when they're doing a probate, they're always worried about an heir disputing or fighting, right? How successful are people who challenge or dispute in a probate?
Yeah, good question. I've been doing this for a long time. Every family is different, but we start to see some patterns. And
Okay.
a lot of times, I would say most families are kind of nervous about one person, right? There's usually one
You,
person that's kind of a wild card that they're worried they might do something.
yeah.
So I feel like the best defense is a strong offense. The best thing to do is just to start administering it perfectly. So if the assets are owned by a trust, we'll follow all the rules of the Arizona Trust Code and the Arizona laws or California laws. If it's there, we'll give notice to all the beneficiaries and start going through the motions. So it's pretty common that families are worried about maybe one sibling or one family member, but I would say it's more rare they actually do anything.
Okay.
Now, like I said, I've been doing more formal probates lately. Now that I can go there via video.
Yeah.
I met with a client just earlier today, signing all the paperwork, that first process for a formal probate. And I was explaining to him that it's pretty common, that people can be upset and not like it. But if they want to challenge the formal probate, they can show up to that hearing and object. But after they object, they have to file in writing and they got to pay money. So what I found is there can be a lot of people that are maybe upset, or it's interesting. We'll talk more about it later, but it's the emotions with these families, right? Sometimes it goes back for years and years, and just kind of deep-suited things where they just don't want to see their brother or sister get anything. It's not that they want it, but they're just trying to be a pain.
Okay. So they're really not successful when they're disputing then?
Yeah, I would say it's for me it's less common that they will actually go through the motions and file a formal objection in writing, and then lawyer up and then make their case.
Okay.
So that's less common, I would say. Those are the ones that just kind of stick out more, though. But sometimes they're going to fight just all the way to the bitter end, and some
Yes.
people are just litigious. Where I think they enjoy it. Where they got their attorney on retainer and they're geared up. It doesn't matter how much they got to spend, just as long as their brother doesn't end up with it or whatever the motivation is.
Isn't it interesting in probates too? There's always one sibling who's looking to cause the trouble.